We have 5 boat teams in the state of Texas, 2 in the coast, 3 in the border. Our main focus is the human trafficking, narcotics, and the interdiction of criminal activity.
We're going to go down to the middle of the river and watch both sides. We saw the smugglers last night getting ready to cross.
Smugglers exploit the porous open border that we have in this country and use it to smuggle drugs, human beings. We're going to see it on the ground here at the river.
Okay, so the ones we are apprehending, I think you heard the stat yesterday, we're apprehending at least 1 child molester, almost on a daily basis, weekly basis.
Came in at 1427.
Coming up.
Most people you got in one day?
Us personally, like 120 in one day.
One boat or all 5?
Just one boat.
We're out here with the Texas State Patrol, and as you can see, they have just great resources. They're great people, and these boats, really impressive. They can get up and down the Rio Grande really fast. I think up to 65 miles an hour, and it's really important because this is where people come across all the time, and so they've got to be able to cover a lot of area, and they do. But again, it demonstrates on the border, to secure the border properly, we need the right resources. We need the right mix of people and resources and technology, and of course a border wall. But hats off to these Texas Rangers and Texas Patrol. They are really something special.
This is a state trooper boat, and we just had the border patrol boats, 3 of them pass us. That is how much effort and how many attempts are made to get people across the river and contraband. So no substitute for being here to see what it's really like.
If you look up and down this stretch of river, you see people waiting to come across. This boat alone has gotten over 120 before. That has to stop.
Behind me is a wall that was built by a private landowner. That's not the U.S. government that built it. It's a private landowner, set up a GoFundMe account and built miles of wall. You notice there's lights along the wall, and talking to the local Texas Department of Public Safety, they said once this wall was built, the traffic coming across this portion of the border dropped precipitously.
God bless Texas. They've got a Marine unit that patrols this river. This is probably a great expense to the people of Texas, probably a great expense to the landowner to have to build a wall, and there's no upside to illegal immigration, but these guys and gals on this river are making us all safe, and we need to appreciate it.
The fact that you've got a private landowner here who, seeing a problem, has figured out a solution to that problem, put up his own wall. It's helped secure the area, and it's good for the country. We got to learn from that and secure our own border.
Some of these smugglers, I kid you not, they are some athletic guys.
Generally, they'll throw rocks at us, bottles, throw bottles all the time. So that's why we got less than lethal. We have 40 millimeters that we can shoot CS gas, pepper spray, bean bags.
Ted Cruz leading a delegation of 18 Republican senators who have just returned from a boat tour of the Rio Grande River. Earlier in the day, they were also visiting that Donna, Texas migrant minor facility.
Senator Cruz and Senator Cornyn bringing along 16 other Republicans from non-border states to assess and address the situation on the Texas and U.S. border.
It is terrific that John and I were able to bring 18 senators down to Texas, down to the valley, to see firsthand the crisis that is unfolding here.
The smugglers, the drug runners, they understand our laws and they know how to exploit them to their benefit.
We have talked to these border patrols and they have told us how overwhelmed they are.
We need to help them by putting good policies in place.
It brings tears to your eyes to see what's happened. And let me tell you something, this ain't a Democrat or Republican problem. This is an American problem.
Every day, thousands of migrants are racing towards our border because they know, and their smugglers and their traffickers know, that they can game our asylum system.
This is something that needs to be addressed and can be addressed by President Biden, but it was very clear when we got here, there's a reason why he doesn't want the press to be here.
Today we went to the Donna facility, and what we saw were young people crammed in like sardines.
So this crisis is because this administration would not listen to good advice.
President Biden and Vice President Harris need to come down.
This didn't have to happen. This is a self-inflicted wound on our nation.
The President of the United States and the Vice President of the United States need to do what we just did. They need to come down here, they need to listen, and they need to learn.